we have been able to apply for and get rejected for partner, which I can also apply in a couple days after I make this video, so we'll see if it happens and we actually do get it this time. Oh, we got it! But I mean, at some point Twitch has to say yes if you keep applying, right? Like, it's only a matter of probability. But we did it! So that's really cool, so thank you guys. If you were around during the unfair Battle Kid grind, you know actually this intertwined with the partner grind. It created this almost perpetual loop of will Twitch partner Dave today? Because it took about 33 days to answer, and will Dave beat unfair Battle Kid today? It took 2,721 attempts, but I finally beat unfair Battle Kid. If you don't know what is unfair Battle Kid, at least version 1.1, which was the version that I was running, it's basically a brutal platformer that has one-hit KO like mechanics. Like there's no health bar. If you die, that's it. Unfair is a difficulty modifier where if you die at any point in time, there's no continues either. So the speedrun, the record is about 37 minutes. And if you die, you know, let's say 38 minutes in, then that's it. You literally get sent back to the title screen. You can't continue. It's over. So, and that actually happened to me. I died 1 minute away the first time that I was about to kind of like clear unfair on the second last boss. So it's great. Unfair Battle Kid, without a doubt in my mind, was probably the most fun that I ever had running anything solo on Twitch. I had actual nerves towards the end, and my hands were shaking towards the final two bosses. There's actually an incredible phenomenon where chat just freezes and almost everyone holds their breath on paces that make it really deep in. Like I still remember when people were telling me after they delayed actual business phone calls because I was so close to the end on some runs. It's really mesmerizing and very cool, and I really wish more people were on this one. But a long time ago, actually, there was two runners named Old School Richard and Sidetracked, and I felt the exact same, like when I was watching them try to beat Unfair. Like, it was just completely mesmerizing. I ended up beating it with a 39-27, which was good enough for third place, and again, remarkably good speedrun. So good. I really hope more people try this one out, specifically on Unfair, which I know is a very tall ask. Like, there's not a whole lot of people that find that appealing. But yeah, it was really good. Again, probably the most fun that I've ever had speedrunning anything on Twitch from a solo perspective, and so good, like so good. On what had to have been on nobody's speedrunning Dave Bingo card of 2024, I returned to the Flintstones surprise at Dinosaur Peak nearly 7 years later. Originally, when I was really new to speedrunning, I, quote, ran this game and uploaded a time on speedrun.com. For nearly 7 years, the description said I would return to it soon, and even some guy in the original video eventually posted a comment saying speedrun when. It was almost the entire time that it existed on speedrun.com, the worst run on speedrun.com. This actually was an alright game. I had quite a bit of fun with it, and I learned it for a 12-hour challenge. I improved my nearly old 30-minute time to almost half of that, which is 16:29, and I really like the boss quick kills in this game, some of the strats, and although it's not something I would probably keep running, it was fun to return to slay an old demon, so to speak, much like Unfair Battle Kid, which is a bit of a theme during 2024. There's kind of a generation on Twitch that says, oh, in my days we ran games without glitches and zips. Well, they're wrong, I'm sorry. Mega Man is the perfect, like literally perfect game where glitches and zips complement the run. All of the zips and glitches and things that you can do in this game just make the overall speedrun way better and faster. And I found zipless in comparison to be pretty boring. I honestly can't imagine playing this game as intended. And also, it just adds to the lunacy of bad box art Mega Man. Like, bad box art Mega Man had a gun, and he stands like this. Like, do you think this guy is normal? Of course he would zip and glitch. I ended up finishing with a 2037, and this quickly catapulted to become one of my favorite NES speedruns that I think I've ever learned. I'll return to it at some point, hopefully for the sub 20, maybe push myself for the sub 19, which both are substantially harder than what I finished with. But to be fair, I also learned this in a fairly limited amount of time for one of the events that we hold, NES Day, where it's just a bunch of NES runs. This actually was also a really cool experience, as despite running Mega Man X2 in the past, this was the first year that I finally tried a Legacy Mega Man speedrun, and also the first year that I finished the rest of the Legacy games casually. I would definitely recommend people on the fence about running the Legacy games to just give it a shot. There's a reason they're so popular, and basically all make fantastic speedruns. Okay, I take back what I said about people not having the Flintstones on the Day of Twitch bingo card of 2024. What absolutely nobody had or saw coming was Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball Home Run Derby percent. I noticed that on speedrun.com the old record used to be 15 home runs, which I thought was really low, so it made me curious if getting over 15 was either really hard or really free. For 3 streams, I tried to beat the record, and I did, and I ended up getting 16 home runs. 130 people on average for all 3 streams, without raids, watched. Shockingly, this was tied for my second most viewed game on Twitch after the Guardian Legend, which averaged 165 viewers. This experience has taught me that I know absolutely nothing about Twitch, and I should only stream space games and baseball games full-time in the future. Okay, I take back what I said about the bingo card and Ken Griffey and the Flintstones. I at some point in 2024 took the very prestigious Crash percent record in Chinese Super Mario World. Why do they call it Chinese Super Mario World? I don't know. Why did I do this? I don't know. Funny enough, Chinese Super Mario World was the second or third worst thing that I streamed in 2024 in terms of analytics. The only things that I can stream apparently on my channel that are worse than Chinese Super Mario World are Wario's Woods and Tetris. Oh man, I learned Joe and Mac for an event we regularly hold where everyone gets assigned a game at random, and we have to learn the speedrun and then perform it in a marathon setting, live, no reset, in about a week. There was 90 different games, I think, that I could have been randomly assigned, and Joe and Mac was my destiny. I honestly didn't like this game almost at all. The boss kills in the SNES version are very slow. I ended up with a 2236, which was good enough for 12th place after a week. Despite the game probably having the most horrific mammoth kill ever recorded in a video game, I actually don't think it really has much else going for it. The movement is okay, but the quick kills are really slow, and it's just too slow in general for me to enjoy. And that brings us back to where it all began in 2016, my first speedrun Batman. A few honorable mentions. I also came back to Turtles in Time, Tiny Toons, and Bucky O'Hare earlier this year, and posted small improvements in each of the main categories, but those grinds didn't last very long. I stopped running Batman in 2019 with a 957. I came back in the last few months and got a 955, a 953, and so far a 952. I'm currently trying to get a sub 950 on Twitch, and I'm really close to putting this game away for theoretically forever. Sub 950 would be the curtain call, you know, the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, the final act. I honestly can't put much more into this at this point, and I'm honestly not sure I want to, so it's been very fun over the years coming back and challenging myself in this game. I don't think I'll ever get tired of Batman. It honestly holds a special place in my heart for several reasons, but yeah, that's what I'm currently doing. Thank you guys very much for hanging around during these last 8 years with me on Twitch. That's insane.